Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of the creditrepairshop.com, and I hope that you are enjoying your time off, if you're able to take some time off, and that you're with your family, that you are enjoying your children. If you should always enjoy your children, but extra special, enjoying your children, seeing the smiles on their faces if you participate with giving gifts to your children. I know that it was something that I look forward to growing up. And I want to talk about credit repair, but I want to talk about it from the understanding that where people are really, really struggling with if they should care about their credit, because they're getting mixed messages. And while I was sitting there watching my grandchildren open up their gifts, watching my son-in-law and daughter, and then, this coming weekend, my other two grandchildren and our daughter and son-in-law, they'll be visiting from out of town. And I was thinking, what I'm seeing here was from a decision that I made that was a hard decision. Because when my credit was messed up, I had all of these thoughts in my mind. I had a thought in my mind that credit wasn't worth it. And what I was really looking at, like bottom line, if I'm sitting here, number one, able to enjoy time off, able to not have to have worries about finances, not worries about bills, not worries about anything, just simply sitting there to be able to enjoy, like really enjoy, not like fully clear minded. And then I like how you can just like go back in time and you can think, like I was thinking, like in 1994 when my wife and I made that decision to say, number one, we're going to get out of debt as much as possible, and we're going to start working on fixing our credit, because we had, what we were going through, stuff was destroyed. And this is something that I've experienced personally and my customers have experienced, is that when you're going through the process of credit repair, it looks ugly. And it looks ugly, and it's also scrambled up. It's like scrambled up. I like to use the Rubik's Cube, like I only got just these last two pieces that I got to fix. But when I fix the Rubik's Cube, one of the things that you have to do to fix a Rubik's Cube is that you have to mess it up. You have to mess up the Rubik's Cube to actually fix the Rubik's Cube. And while you're doing that, even though you're getting to a solution, it looks all messed up. And when I got my credit fixed and I look back and I was like, I didn't know it was going to work out that way, and it worked out. And then with my clients, a lot of them will say, I didn't know that it was going to work out that way. And one of the things that happens during the process is that there's like a transformation where you're not that person that you used to be that had that messed up credit. That person will go away. And there's going to be a lot of stuff that you're going to enjoy that you don't even realize. Like when your credit and your finances it's like when it's taken care of, it is incredible on how free your mind is to be creative, to actually be able to do the things that you want to do. Some of the times I come into my office and I'll look right here, right here. I have this bookshelf. Sometimes I'll pick up a book and just read a couple of pages on something to just, work, exercise my mind. Some of the times I'll sit there and I look at my grandchildren, and on these pictures, every one of my grandchildren, they're smiling right back at me, like they're smiling at me. And for me, and this is something that you might feel, if your children or grandchildren, spouse, whoever, that you've contributed to helping them be able to live a life of comfort, and they're smiling, you will, true or not true, but for me, I feel like I have a huge part in them being able to smile every day. Because, and the thing about it is that the decision, like, I made that decision a long time ago. Like, the smiles that happen now, the freedom that I have now, the financial freedom, the credit, because credit is a huge part, because it allowed me to be able to get things, the same things that I would have had to get, like a house, car, stuff that I needed for my businesses, to get all of that stuff at a lower interest rate. Like, people talk about saving money. Some of the times people can't save money simply because they're paying more because they have bad credit. But the decision was made. And when I made that decision in 1994, my wife and I, we didn't know how it was going to work out, but we did make a decision, and the decision had a goal attached to it. And we just kept working. It didn't have to be perfect. We didn't even have a day that it had to be done. Like, we just said, we're going to do this, and we're not going to say, well, it had to be done in 10 days or 30 days or 40 days or 60 days. It took us 5 years. It took 1994 to 1999. And you might be saying, well, that's a damn long time. Well, we're in 2024, and there are people that I know, friends of mine, that struggle to this day, that had the same opportunity back in the 90s, and they didn't take it. Simply because they think it had to be so perfect. So, have you ever thought about it? What your credit score really means? It's more than a number. It reflects your opportunities, the confidence, and your future. If you close your eyes for a second and imagine walking into a car dealership, picking out the car that you've always wanted, and you drive home without a second or thought, like there's no worries. Or standing at the door of your dream house, keys in hand, knowing that it's yours because you had the credit to back it up. Now think about the other side of the coin. You get denied for loans, paying outrageous interest, and constantly worrying about how your credit score is holding you back. That stress, that feeling of being stuck, it doesn't have to define your life. Here's the thing, your credit score is the key to unlocking your financial future, but it's much more than that. Trust me, it's much more than that. Repairing your credit is a decision, a powerful decision, and it's in your hands to take control of your life, to rewrite your story. Give yourself the freedom to say yes to the opportunities that you deserve. Imagine how it would feel to stop worrying and start building. To turn that stress into stability. To go from hearing no to confidently walking into any situation and you'll hear yes. That's why I want to help you repair your credit. Because when you do, you're not just boosting a number, you're investing in your confidence and your family's financial future and peace of mind. You've probably been putting it off, and it's time to take action. So if you are ready to start working on your credit, you're ready to start that journey, you're ready to have us put in the work. And what I want you to do, this is what I tell my clients to do. We put in the work, and what I want you to start doing is I want you to start working on yourself. And when I say working on yourself, that means that look at the way that you're spending your money. Look at the things that you've applied for with credit, and make sure that look at why you made those decisions. Look at ways that you can start saving money. Because when your credit repair meets, you need to be a different person, or you're just going to mess up your credit all over again. So if you're ready to start your credit repair journey, I want you to visit my website. The link is below here, thecreditrepairshop.com. And I want you to watch my video, What Makes Us Different, because that's going to show my 8-point validation process and my 2-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com to grab your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports and all 3 scores. If you have debt collectors coming after you early in the game, grab my 3-pack of letters, statute of limitations, debt validation, and cease and desist collection activities letter. Use the one that's appropriate for your situation. Thank you for your time. Subscribe to the channel. Get ready for the new year. This is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com.